Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's challenging level puzzle, and it's called Unnatural Selection by the Bard. And here are the rules. Abnormal Sudoku. Normal Sudoku rules do not apply. You place the digits 1 to 9, 9 times each. So that's all you have. Each box must only contain 3 individual digits, and each digit repeats 3 times per box. So each box contains only 3 individual digits, and they must contain 3 of each of those digits, because each digit repeats 3 times per box. So again, not normal Sudoku rules. They are place the digits 1 to 9, 9 times each, so you still have 1 through 9, 9 times. But in each box, you can only have 3 digits, and they must be repeated 3 times in that box, per box. Killer cages. Digits in a cage add up to the value in the corner, and digits may repeat, obviously. So these 4 digits must add up to 21. These 5 digits must add up to 42. Arrows. Digits along an arrow add up to the value in the circle. So, interesting. So these 3 digits must add up to what these circles are. That tells you something. These 2 digits must add up to what this circle is. These 2 digits must add up to what these circles. So an example here would be, for example, 3 and 2. This must be 5 then. If this is 3 and 2, this must be 5 to add up to whatever the circle is. X. Digits with an X between them add up to 10. So, for example, if this was a 3, this would have to be a 7 to add up to 10. And we celebrate. I don't know why, but we're celebrating. Crop key. Digits with a white dot between them are consecutive, and those with a black dot between them are in a what ratio of 2 to 1. So, for example, if this was, say, an 8, this would have to be a 7 or a 9 to be also consecutive. And if this was, say, a 2, this would have to be a 1 or 4 to maintain a 1 to 2 ratio. And these are called crop key dots, and these are the black versions, maintain a 1 to 2 ratio, and white versions must be consecutive. Quad. Digits in the circle must appear in one of the 4 surrounding cells. So that's saying in this quad, this says 7, 7, 8, 9. So you must have 2 7s, an 8, and a 9 in this quad. Interesting. And the surrounding cells in these 4 squares must be 2, 3, 4, and 9. Huh. Okay. Inequality. Digits with an inequality symbol, which is greater than. So this is a greater than, this is a greater than, this is a less than, this is a greater than. Point to whichever digit is smaller. So, for example, a valid greater than symbol would be 2 and 1, because 2 is greater than 1. Renban. Digits along a purple line must be consecutive in some order. Can you have repeats, though? Normally you can't, but this is not normal Sudoku rules, so I don't know if the Renban. Digits along the purple line must be consecutive in some order. And I don't think it even works if you think about it. Like, it can't be repeats because it has to be consecutive in some order, right? Well, you could have 1, 2, 3, 2, right, or something along those lines. I don't know. I'm not sure. This one's not clarified, so I'll have to get back on this one specifically. Palindrome. Digits on the gray line must read the same forward or backwards. So interesting. So that means this reads the same this way as it does this way. So I guess a valid one would be 3, 1, 7. This would be 1 and then 3, if that's the case. So this would be a valid palindrome because it reads the same 3, 1, 7, 1, 3 one way as it does the other way 3, 1, 7, 1, 3, obviously. Interesting. German whisper. Digits along the green line must differ by at least 5. So, for example, if this was a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9 to maintain the difference of at least 5. Okay, place the digits 1 to 9. Each box must contain only 3 individual digits, and each digits repeats 3 times per box. Okay, so that's just boxes. We don't have anything about rows or columns. And those are all the rules. That's a lot of them. Most of them are basically the same. It's just that we have the abnormal Sudoku rules in place instead of normal Sudoku rules. Anyways, if you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. So, obviously, these 3 numbers must be the same. So these are the 3 that are the same here. We'll mark them as red. These have to be 7, 8, or 9. And we know a 7 is one of these 2. And a 7 has to be... Oh, actually, we don't know that. It could be 7 and 7. Yeah. We actually don't know the ordering. This is 2, 3, 4, or 9. So... These add up to 10. So, therefore, these must be the same. These must be the same. We know there's 3 of them, right? Because each box must only contain 3 individual digits, and each digit repeats 3 times per box. So, there's no other... So, one of these... I guess it could be 5 and 5, actually. But 5 can never be on a German whisper line, so this can't be 5 and 5. So this can't be green. One of these has to be can't be 5 and 5. And the other one one of them has to be green or pink at least. But no other number adds up without green or pink. Therefore, this can't be green. It has to be pink. So this is green. And these are the other numbers, which we don't know. So these add up to 10. This is obviously either high or low. So we have, this is pink version, and this has to be green. So this is green, and this is pink. So the pink could be, the green is either high or low, the pink is high or low. These 9 digits add up to 63. So that means, is it 63 in general? Yeah, so 9 digits add up to 63. Therefore, they average 7. Right? And we know there's 3 of each. So it has to, and there's a difference of at least 5 between at least the lowest and the highest. And it probably has to be the lowest and highest. So all 3 digits must add up to 21. All unique digits in box 2 must add up to 21 because that's 63 divided by 3. Because we know there's 3 of them for each of the digits. So then it has to add up to 21. The only one that works, which still maintains a difference of at least 5, is 4, 8, and 9. And this has to be 4 and 9. Right, so this is 4 and 9. this cannot be, this has to be 8 or 9 here. So these are all 4, 8, and 9. We know 4 and 9 are both here. 21. It has to be either 3 4s and a 9. So if this is 9, this would have to be 3 4s, which does not work. Right? Because if it's 3 4s and a 9, this 9 has to be next to another 4, which is not possible. So this has to be 4, and this has to be 9. So the green is lower than the pink. Let's remove the coloring here. So then this is a low, which is 1 through 4. This is a high, 6 through 9. There has to be a difference of at least 5 between them. So this can't be 3, 7. It can't be 4, 6. So this is 1 or 2. This is 8 or 9. 1, 2, 8, 9, 1, 2, 8, 9, 1, 2, and this is 8 or 9. This is 1 or 2. 8 or 9. This is 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is 6, 7, 8, or 9. It's a 1 to 2 ratio with something, with another digit. So it cannot be 7 or 9. It has to be 6 or 8, which means it's with 3 or 4. Interesting. So this is 4 or 9. It could be the other 4s with the other 9. So this can never be 9 here. This can never be 4 here. This is 8 and 9, 8 and 9. This adds up to 42. So it could be 9 with 2 4s. In fact, actually, I think it has to be 9 with 2 4s, right? Can it be any other one? 9 with 2 4s adds up to 21. Is there any other? You have to have a 9. Yeah, so you have to have a 9 because otherwise they're all even. So then this is 9. This is 4 and 4. These cannot be 4 because we have all 3 4s now in box 2. So 3 of them are 8s, and then the other one is a 9. So this is 8 or 9. We have a 7. Okay. This is consecutive with a 4. So it's at most 1, or at least 1, and at most 7, right? So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. This could be 1 through 7 also. Okay. So this has to be the same as this. So therefore, these are both 9. So this is a 9, this is a 9, which forces the rest of these to be 8. So these are all 8 because we have 3 9s now in box 2. These can't be 9 because we know the rest of them has to be 2, 3, and 4. So this is 2, 3, or 4 also. This is in 1 to 2 ratio. So it could be 6 again. Could be 8. Could be 2, though, with the 3 or 4. Let's see. This is in a 1 to 2 ratio. So it could be 1. 2 could be 4 also. 3 could be 6. 4 could be 2 or 8. So this is 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. This is the same as this one, so this is 8. So we have 8 and 9 here. This has to be consecutive. This could be 9, or it could be 7. These two are consecutive. These are also German whisper lines. So one of these is 8 or 9, and therefore this has to be 9, right? We know these are 8 and 9 here. Ah, interesting. So we have 3 8s already. We have another 3 8s here. This is either 8 or 9. This is also one of these is 9 too. So this cannot be in a difference of 5 between 8 or 9 and 7. So this can't be 7. So this has to be 9, which means one of 8 or 9 is here. The other one has to be 8 or 9 here. So this is 8 or 9, 8 or 9. Because they have to be consecutive, because there has to be a difference of 5 between the other ones. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is 6, 7, 8, 9, which means this is consecutive. So this is 7, 8, 9. This is also 7, 8, and 9. So this could be 6, 7, 8, and 9 here. This cannot be 5. This is a difference of at least 5. So 2 of them are consecutive in box 4. And the other one has to be a difference of 5. So then this is 6, 7, 8, 9 also. And this is also 6, 7, 8, 9. So therefore, this has to be 1 through 4, 1 through 4 here. So these are all the same. I don't know, we'll make it blue. Or maybe we'll... Yeah, whatever. Those are all the same. 2 of these are 8 or 9. These are all the same. So this has to be 1 through 4. Which means then 7 can never be here. This is 2, 3, or 4. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so this cannot be 8 and 9 here. If this is 8 and 9, we know there's at least 3 9s. There's at least 6 9s and 6 8s accounted for already in box 2 and box 8. So if 9 is here, that means 8 also has to be here to be consecutive with it. But we know there's an extra 8 9 here. So this cannot be both 8 and 9 here, because that would mean there's 12 8 and 9s in the grid, and that's not allowed. So this can never be 9, which means this has to always have a 7. Okay. We know this can't be 9. We know there's a 9 here. So there's a 9 in box... There's 3 9s in box 8. There's 3 9s in box 2. There has to be a 9 because we have 3 9s here. We know there's either a 9 in box 1 or a 9 in box... in addition, actually, yeah, none of these could be 8. So therefore, this is 7, which forces this to be 7. So none of these can be... actually, one of these is 7, so this can't be 7. This can't be 7. There's no 8s anymore, right? One of these is 7, one of these is 9. Because one of them is 9, the other 3 9s have to be in that box. Therefore, this can never be 9 here, so this has to be 2 and 8. So this is 8, 2, 8, 2, 8, 2. So we can remove the greens and the pinks. We know the oranges are the same, we know the yellows are the same, we know the blues are the same. This can no longer be 4. So these can't be 4 because there's no 9 involved. This is 2 or 8. So there's no 8s anymore involved. So therefore, this has to be 6 and 7. So this is 6, this is 6. This is 6 or 7, which means this is 1 or 2. This can't be 1 or 2. This, we don't know anything about this. This cannot be 8 or 9 anymore because we have all the 8 or 9s accounted for. All the 8s and there's 6 8s and 9s in 2 and 8. There's an 8 in... There's 3 8s in box 3, so all the 8s are accounted for there. There's all the 9s accounted for in either box 1 or box 5. That's 3 more. Therefore, There cannot be 8 or 9 in the rest in box 6, 7, or 9. So this is 6 or 7. That means this has to be 1 or 2 also. This is 8 or 9, so this is fine. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 cannot be in any of the other boxes. So therefore, this can't be 8. This has to be 6, which is a 1 to 2 ratio with 3. So this is 3, which is in a 1 to 2 ratio with 6. This also must contain a 1 then to maintain the German whisper line. So this has to be 1, 3, and 6. The only two that have a 1 to 2 ratio with 1, 3, and 6 is 3 and 6. So this is 3 and 6. This is 3, therefore. And these are both 1s. So one of these is 6 or 7. Let's see. So this is 3. So this can be up to 6 here. We know we have 2 6s here. We have 2 6s here. We have a 1, 3 1s, 3 2s, and 3 3s, but we don't know anything else. This is 2, 3, or 4, which must be added to with 2 digits. So either this is 1 and 1, 1 and 2, or 2 and 2. Obviously this can't be 6. It can't be 5 either here, because this must add up to 3 digits with it. Obviously this can't be 1. It can't be 2, because that's at least 3. If this was 3, this would have to be 1, 1, and 1. That's 3 1s already in box 9, so this would have to be 2 and 2, which would be 4. So that's not allowed, so this can't be 3. If it's 4, it's 1, 2, and 1. And you could have 2 and 2, and then 4, so that works. If it's 5, it has to be 1, 2. It could be 1, 1, 3. Okay, so what are the possibilities? This could be 4, in which case you would have to have 1, 2, and 1. So it would have to be 2 and 2, and this is 4 then. If this is 5, it could be 1, 3, 1. I guess technically this could also be 1 and 3, though. Okay, so actually we know 3 cannot be either of these. This is 2 or 4. So it could be 1, 3 here. If this is 4 and this is 1, 3, how do you get 3 digits to add up to 1 to 4? Or I guess you could have 3. No, you can't. So if this is 4 and this is 1, 1. If this is 4 and you have 1 and 1, or 1 and 3, this would have to be 3, and that would be 1, 1, 1. But then you have 3 1s, and then this can't be 1, 3. So this can never be 4 with 1, 3. So if it's 5, it could be 1, 2, 2. And then you have 2, 1, 1. So that's possible. If it's 6, you could have 1, 1, 4, but then you would have to have 1, 1, 2. Yeah, that doesn't work. So 1, 1, 4 does not work. 1, 2, 3 doesn't work because you have 4 different unique digits in box 9 then. You would have to have 2, 2, 2. That doesn't work though. So you have either 2 with 1, 1 or 4 with 2, 2. So can you have 6, 2, 2, 2? The problem is that doesn't work, right? So then can you have 6 with any other combination? You can't have 311. You could have 114, but the problem is that this arrow doesn't work then. Because 4 cannot be 1 and 1. It can't be 6 there. So it's either 2 or 4. Okay. So 6 can only be 2, 2, and 2, right? Because it has to use 2 unique digits only at most. Or 1 unique digit, obviously. And if it's only 2 unique digits, there's no way you can add up to 6. Right? Because you have 1, 1, and 2 adds up to 4. 1, 1, and 3 adds up to 5. 1, 1, 4 works, but the problem is that the other arrow doesn't work. So therefore that doesn't work. So therefore you cannot have 6. So either this is 4, in which case this is 1, 2, 2, or 1, 1, 2, which requires then this to be 2, 1, 1. So these are the same no matter what. We don't know about these 3. So if it's 2, 1, 1, then you have to have 2, 2, and 1, which would force this to be 5. And then therefore this would be 2, 2, yeah, that's fine. So this is 7 or 9, this is 7 or 9, this is 7 or 9. We have 2 6s already. We have to have a 7 or 9 here. Okay. Let's see. This cannot be 6, 8, or 9. It can be 6 or 7. So whichever one this one is, I guess it still could contain 6 and 7, right? We know there's a 2 here. Actually, we know there's a 1 here also. So there's a 1 and a 2 here. Ah. We have 3 1s here. We have 3 2s here. This must be 1 and 2. So therefore we have 6 1s and 6 2s. One of these must be 1 or 2. And this has to contain a 1 or 2 in box 7. So that accounts for all the different boxes. So the blue one has to be different from this other color. Make it, I don't know, pink. So this has to be different from this blue one because we know we have 6 1s and 2s accounted for in boxes 3, 6, and 9. So the blue one has to be different from the pink one. Therefore, this must be a 7. And we know, right, so this is 1, 2, 4, 5. So this is 1, 2, 4, 5. This is also 1, 2, 4, 5. So we know the pink has to be a different version. 7 has to be the largest one, but it doesn't have to add up. Therefore, we know 1 and 2 cannot be... Okay, so 1 and 2 cannot be part of the rest of... So aside from box 3, 4, 3, 6, and 9, and also 4 and 7, we have all the 1, 2s in those 5 boxes. Therefore, the rest of the boxes cannot contain a 1 or 2, because we know 1 and 2 have to be in box 9. So that's 3 for each. There's 3 1s in box 6, so that's 6 there. There's 3 twos in box 3, so that's 6 there, 6 twos there. One of the 1 or 2s has to be in box 4, and the other one also has to be in box 7. So therefore, all 1s and 2s cannot be in box 1, box 5, or box 8. So therefore, we know this is a 4, this is a 2, this becomes 1 and 1. So this is 2. This cannot be 3 1s. It can't be 2 1s, so this can't be 4. So this is a 5 with 2 2s and a 1. So it has to be to have a Renban be successful. This has to be 2, 3, 4, and 5 to be consecutive. Therefore, this is a 1 and a 2. So the rest can't be 1. The rest have to be 5 and 5. So this is 4, which forces this to be 9 and this to be 8. This is 4. This can no longer be 1 or 2. So it has to be 3, 3, and 3. So these are all 3s, which means these are all 9s, which means this is a 7. So all the 9s are taken care of. It cannot have a... So all the 7s, we have all the 7s now. So this can't be 7. This is consecutive with this. And it cannot be 1 or 2. So this must be a 5. It could be 4, actually. Actually, no, it can't be. 2, 3, 4, 4 is not consecutive. No matter how you try it. So this cannot be 2, 3, 4, 4. Right? Or try 4, 3, 2, 4, or whatever. It has to be consecutive in some order. So therefore, this has to be 5. This has to be 2. This is 2. This is 2, which forces this to be 1. This is now 5. This is 5. So we have 6 5s accounted for. We have all the 2s accounted for. This can never be 1 here. It cannot be 1 and 1 to add up to 2. It can't be... It has to be 1 and 6 adding up to 7, right? Because there's no other... Yeah. There's no other difference. You have, like... 7 and 1 are both odd. So you can never have 2 digits add up to it that are the same. So it always has to be 2 unique digits adding up to it. So therefore, this is 7, and this is 7, which means this is 1 and 6. And this has to be greater than this, so this is 6, this is 1, which makes that a 1, and this is 6. That's a 6. This cannot be 6 anymore because the 2 has to be 5 away from a 7, so this is 7, this is 6. And now what we have left are 4, 3, and 7, right? Hold up. 3, 4, 5, and 7, right. So again, 4 can only be there if... Okay, so we have all the 1s. We have 9 1s. We have 9 2s. We only have 6 3s. We have 6 4. This has to be 4. So this 4 has to be here. So this can't be 4. We have 6 5s. We have 9 6s. This has to have a 7. So it has to be 7. And 5 and 3 can never be added up to with 4 to add up to each other. So this has to be 7 with 3s. So these are all 7s. You have to have a 4 and a 3. So this is greater than this, which makes this a 4, this a 3, which makes this the 3, this a 4. This has to be 3. We have 5 now in the rest of the... So these are all 5s. And this has to be greater. So this is 2 and that's 1. And that's a solution. Yeah, I mean, pretty cool. Pretty cool using, trying to sort of bend your mind about, like, away from normal Sudoku rules. And the assumptions that go with it. But there were other assumptions that you could make along with this because of that. Pretty cool. I like it. I like essentially having my mind be a little bit changed, I guess. I don't know if that's quite the correct term. But that was enjoyable. And I hope you had an enjoyable time too. And I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.